What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. In the previous part, we ended up going to the Cinnabar Island Gym, and we took on the Fire-type gym leader, known as Blaine, and then we were met by Trace after the gym battle, and told that our last gym battle was at Viridian City, which is the final gym in Viridian City. And the other issue is that we don't exactly know who the leader is. Now, we haven't really known who the other leaders are before we actually got to the gym, but there's a very big point to why Trace says, you know, we don't actually know who the Viridian City gym leader is. But that's our final gym. We went back to Pallet Town, headed our way towards Viridian City, but before that, one place we should explore is the power plant here outside of Rock Tunnel, and so we decided to go ahead and do that. So in this episode, we are going to be doing that. I think this guy is a... yeah. I was gonna say, we're gonna take care of this guy real quick, and then we'll get into the power plant, which is actually what we're here to do. So,
well, you came all the way here. Maybe you're a Pokemaniac too. I want to see my collection.
No thanks. All right, I'll see you guys on the other side of this battle. Alrighty, with that guy taken care of, now it's time to actually head into the power plant. So heading into the power plant, you got a few new encounters in here, so we're going to make our way through here. Before you even go in here, I would highly recommend you get a lot of Ultra Balls before we get in here. Major thing you can see that we can now encounter Voltorb and Magneton. A Voltorb and its evolution of Electrode are both encounterable here, and what I will say about both of these Pokemon is they're extremely fast. That's their whole, like MO, like that's what they're really good at. I'm gonna switch to regular Pokeballs because I'm not wasting. We have 310 Pokeballs. I'm not wasting Ultra Balls on this. But yeah, they're very fast and they're okay with special attacks. The only issue with them is that's really all they got. The other issue is that they don't really have a wide variety of moves. This family. They're very fun Pokemon. Like they're funny. But I will say that, like, in the way of, you know, usability, they're not the most useful. I've used an Voltorb and an Electrode, but they're very This is what I get for insulting them. But they're very one-dimensional. They don't really do that much beyond what else that their stats tell you that they should be doing. Also, Magneton and Magnemite are encounterable, and here as you can see the Magneton we saw. Very good Pokemon, especially with the introduction of the evolution of Magnezone in Generation 4. They're very hard-hitting special attackers that also can take hits very nicely. Voltorb's added to the Pokedex. It is said to camouflage itself as a Pokeball, which is no surprise. It will self-destruct with very little stimulus. Yep, and Voltorb is also known for exploding, which is why he explodes so much in Smash Brothers. Even though that self-destruct really doesn't benefit them as much as you think it would, but we're going to catch this Magneton as well. But yeah, what I like about Magneton and its family is being Steel is a really nice type nowadays, especially with the advent of being Fairy type being introduced in general. Being Steel is another upgrade in and of itself these days, so being a Steel and Electric type, Magneton, Magnemite, its evolution, and Magnezone are all really solid Pokemon. I've used Magneton, Magnemite, and Magnezone plenty of times in many different playthroughs in many different games. These are very solid Pokemon that you should not overlook if you're looking to add a team member. And this late in the adventure, if you're looking to add a Pokemon like this, it's not too late. It's probably a really good Pokemon that you can add into your late stages of your team. So yeah, if you're looking to add a last-minute team member, you could certainly do a lot worse. Also in this, since you can encounter Grimer in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, you can encounter the Coughing and the Wheezing family in here, so very similar to the Pokemon Mansion. Oh my god, Magneton, come on, man. Even though I threw it normally. Oh my god. Please, can you catch? Thank you, man. Took so many Pokeballs there. There's one other Pokemon that you can encounter here. You can actually encounter Chansey in here, which I find funny as a rare spawn. But at the end of the day, the last Pokemon that you can really encounter here that's new is going to be Electabuzz. Now we'll talk about Electabuzz in a second. Magneton's able to add the Pokedex. Generates strange radio signals. It raises the temperature by 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit within 3,300 feet. Very interesting. But yes, you can encounter one more Pokemon, and that's Electabuzz. Electabuzz is a pretty much jack-of-all-trades Pokemon. It's a decent physical attacker. It's more physical than special in comparison to Magmar. We've got Coach Trainer here. Actually, we'll talk about the Pokemon when we take her on. The Abandoned Power Plant is the second least desired place for Coach Trainers to be assigned to. No matter where I am, I'm going to do my job. Let's battle. I love my job. Here I come. All right, we're going to take her on. So while we're doing this battle, I also like to talk about, well, when it comes to Electabuzz, first off. What's she gonna send out first and foremost? An Omastar? Okay. Electabuzz, jack of all trades, and when you're comparing it to Magmar, it's a physical attacker more than it is a special attacker like Magmar is. And with the advent of the evolution of Electivire in Generation 4, which is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, by the way, that is further accentuated. Once you evolve Electabuzz into Electivire, Electivire learns a lot of really great physical moves, from Cross Chop to Brick Break to all the Elemental Punch moves to Earthquake. The only issue with Electivire is it doesn't quite excel as much as you would like to in physical attack, and so it kind of falls flat in that way, but I love its design, so I'm always a fan of Electivire. So yeah, one little theory I'd like to Aerodactyl. I'm just gonna probably switch to I think Pikachu just can take care of this thing. One theory I'd like to surmise here and talk to you guys about that we've run into Voltorb. Voltorb is rumored, in my opinion, and I mean, in my opinion, this actually tracks very well, is that Voltorb seems to just be a Haunter-infested Pokeball. Because if you look at their eyes, if you look at Haunter's eyes and you look at Voltorb's eyes, they're exactly the same. And so it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think about a Voltorb being a Pokeball that's being inhabited by a Haunter. I've always liked that theory. Obviously, I don't think it's really ever been confirmed that that's the case, but I think that's a funny way of thinking about it. And that's, in my head canon, I've always thought about it like that, so... And Kabutops. Kabutops. Jesus Christ. One of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 1. I like this Pokemon a lot. It's not very good, but it hits like a truck, and it's really fast, but it's also pretty frail. So we're just going to get rid of it here. Easy does it. Very nice. Not too bad of a coach-trainer fight here, so... Alrighty. Yes, we did do... Well, you didn't really do a great job. I mean, you got absolutely annihilated. If I did a great job for you, I'm more than happy. Here's a little something extra, which you can give us. 5 rare candies. That's very nice. We'll probably end up leveling up our Pokemon before the Viridian City gym battle. You've got to admit, rare candies really get the job done. Yes, absolutely. Alright, we'll make our way through the power plant more. I mean, it's very similar to any power plant that you've encountered in most games, so... Yeah, Magnemite there. Could probably go ahead and... I don't think I've caught a Magnemite, so we can probably just go ahead and catch it. Oh, there's an Electabuzz over there. Let me see if I can catch both of these Pokemon, and I will cut back. Man, catching Pokemon in the late stages of the game just ends up being more frustrating than you'd like it to be. Like, I get they give you a lot of Pokeballs, but holy piss. Alright, Magnemite stable added to the Pokedex. It is hatched with the ability to defy gravity. It floats while emitting powerful electromagnetic waves, which is funny. It doesn't have Levitate, which means it can get annihilated by ground types. Yeah, that's its biggest weakness. I guess I forgot to mention that. Yeah, it is mega weak to ground. Alright, let's see if we can catch this Electabuzz. Come here! Stop! Oh, he ran away. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's annoying. Of course, of all the Pokemon that just run away from me when the Pokemon I actually wanted to, encounter, it happens to be Electabuzz. Electabuzz! My lord. Alright, maybe a little more. There's an Electrode. Okay, we'll try and capture the Electrode here. Alright, that was actually not too bad. 2 Pokeballs caught that guy. Let us see what the Pokedex entry is for Electrode. Electrode stores electrical energy inside its body. Even the slightest shock could trigger a huge explosion. Yep, same thing with Voltorb. This is why you always see Electrode explode in Smash Brothers. Alrighty, keep moving down this way. We got another rare candy. Wow, we got a lot of rare candies. We got 6 rare candies so far. Got like a generator there. I do like how the power plant looks, but they changed in this game to make it look nicer. Alright, we'll keep going this way then, because this seems to be the correct way now that we've explored down there, and there's it's a dead end that way, so... get this Pokeball here, let's see what we got. Thunder! It's a solid move, the only issue is it's inaccurate, so you're not going to get as... This is totally a Voltorb. Yep. Yeah, so that's how you can tell a Voltorb, which is funny. Even though... Oh no, it's an Electrode, duh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's an Electrode. We're just gonna run. Oh wait, no, it's just gonna battle me. I mean, I don't really care. I think I can just... Yeah, I don't care to fight this thing. Oh, because I'm slower than Electrode, it's not gonna let me... I mean, you're not gonna do any damage. I'm freaking Snorlax. Oh my goodness. Come on. You're gonna use Screech and yet you don't have a physical attack as your frickin' Electrode, you idiot. Okay, it took us a bunch of tries to get away from the Electrode, but we finally got away from it. Alright, let's head up this way. So yeah, if you see any Pokeballs upside down like that, you'll know that they are Electrode. Up this way. There's a Pokeball inside that area, but let's see what's in here. A couple of Pokeball. Some of these, is one of these a Voltorb? No, okay, a Thunderstone, okay. Thunder as a move, by the way, works really well with the Pokemon that doesn't exist in this game. I don't think, unless you trade it in, I think. It's called Galvantula. It's a Gen 5 Pokemon, and given its name, it is an Electric Tarantula. One of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 5. And it has this ability called Compound Eyes, which basically makes inaccurate moves more accurate. So you essentially get like a 95% accurate Thunder, I think it is, if you do Compound Eyes Thunder. So funnily enough, on Galvantula, it's much more applicable to end up using Thunder rather than Thunderbolt, because you get the consistent damage. Alrighty, that's an Electrode up there, so we don't have to worry about that. Head down this way. We will grab this Pokeball, because that's actually the correct one, Paralyzed Heal, which makes sense for this area. And I think if we head in here... Yes, okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to heal up Harvey here. Harvey's going to be really good here to be able to... tank some stuff up, and we are going to save real quick. So I recommend you save like basically like right here. Probably be a good place to save. Alrighty, now that we've saved, ladies and gentlemen, look what we have here. Let's talk to it. Everybody, welcome to the legendary Pokemon known as Zapdos, a part of a trio of legendary bird Pokemon, the first of which we already encountered in Articuno. Zapdos is my favorite of the three legendary bird Pokemon. The last one we have yet to encounter, but it won't be too long until we encounter that Pokemon, so don't worry about that too much. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Zapdos, Zapdos is a fantastic Pokemon. Now, it's fallen off over the years due to power creep and stuff like that, but it's an electric and flying type, and this is such a fantastic typing that it's been given to very few Pokemon over the years. One of the most recent ones I can only think of is Kilowattrel in that family. The benefit of this typing is extremely awesome. Being an electric type, your only weakness is ground, and so what ends up happening is flying only benefits you because you're immune to ground as a flying type. In addition to that, what I really like about Zapdos is the fact with its typing is that all those grass types that would have walled you off as an electric type, well, you benefit from the flying type. In addition to that, I also just like Zapdos' design. It's nothing amazing, but it's like super simple to the point where like I do not mind like how simple it is. It's really cool, one of my favorite Generation 1 Pokemon. I absolutely love this Pokemon. Over the years in competitive, it's been pretty good. Obviously, like I told you earlier, it's fallen off, but it's really cool to know that, you know, that this Pokemon is still really solid, especially being a legendary Pokemon. Of course, it's going to be really good, right? In addition to that, what I like about Zapdos is typing, and to get back to the typing here, what I love about Zapdos is typing, is you get access to a really good, like, Air Slash, you get access to a really good Drill Peck, you get access to a really good Thunderbolt, really good Thunder. You also learn Heat Wave, Pokemon also ends up getting a decent cast of supporting moves. This is just a really awesome Pokemon. If you look at my Pokemon card collection, I have a chunk of my binder that's just saved for Zapdos, because I love Zapdos. In addition to that, what I will say that the one caveat about this Pokemon I'm not a big fan of is the shiny. Shiny Zapdos is really lame. It's just like a darker yellow. It's kind of like Pikachu, but even less so. Like, I think Pikachu's more noticeable with the color change than this guy. It's a bit of a shame that that is the case, but what are you going to do? Oh my goodness. Man, I'm going to waste... Of course, and it attacks as I throw the Pokeball. Oh my goodness, why is it throwing that way, man? There we go, okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna give it to me. I'm trying to get the excellent, or at least a great. Oh my goodness, why does it keep doing that? Yeah, that wasn't gonna do it. Oh my goodness. Oh man, of course, as soon as I get a nice circle, it's gonna attack. Dude, why did it throw... Okay. At least I hit it. Ah, that was so close, man. What I will say about Zapdos 2 is it fits Ultra Balls very well. Same coloring. Oh, we got a great. Okay, very nice. Ah, still not gonna give it to me. Oh, there's an excellent. Oh, wow. Of course, it's not even gonna shake more than twice. Are you kidding me? Yeah! We got it! First battle, too. Very nice. But yeah, really, really awesome Pokemon. Very happy we finally caught this thing, so... Zapdos' data will be added to the Pokedex. This legendary bird Pokemon is said to appear when the sky turns dark and lightning showers down. I have a nice, I have a pretty good relationship when it comes to the legendary bird Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon movies growing up was Pokemon 2000. I still have the DVD of it. We're gonna try and catch this thing with an Ultra Ball because it fits very well because it's Electabuzz, right? But yeah, I love that movie. If you guys have never seen Pokemon 2000, there's a part in that where there's a song in that movie that really calmed me down when I was a kid. It was easy to listen to. Just a really fun movie. It had some funny moments in it too, like the sounds that like Zapdos and Articuno and the one Pokemon we haven't encountered of the trio make are pretty funny. Specifically, Zapdos makes some funny ones. But if you can't already tell, there's a theme when it comes to their names. I assume that most of you who are watching this are already Pokemon fans, so you know the other Pokemon. But regardless, I'm just trying to keep it a little vague for those of you who don't happen to know. This is like your first exposure to Pokemon in general. Articuno, Articuno, the Spanish for one, and Zapdos, the Spanish for twice, for two. Excuse me, for two. Goodness me. Electabuzz is able to add to the Pokedex. If a major power outage occurs, it is certain that this Pokemon has eaten electricity at a power plant. No surprises there. But yeah, you guys can get an idea of what the next Pokemon's last part of its name will be, considering the first two Pokemon we've encountered, Articuno, Zapdos, 1, 2, you can see where this is going. But yeah, we're going to make our way back out of the power plant, and I know I might have glazed Zapdos a lot. It's just because this is a Pokemon I genuinely really, really like. One of my favorites from Generation 1, definitely top 5 Gen 1, if not like top 2 for me Gen 1. I've always taken to Zapdos very nicely. I remember back in like Generation 4 competitive play, I saw you seeing a good amount of Zapdos like online watching it, because it was a good Pokemon. It was a really good Pokemon. Again, power creep has kind of ruined a lot, especially with Pokemon with crazy abilities and everything like that over the years that have been introduced. But yeah, I think Zapdos more or less has withstood the test of time relatively well. So yeah. Make our way back out of the power plant here. Almost there. And shaboom. Alrighty, we have made our way back out of the power plant, and now our next destination is very simply, actually we'll have to go to play with Pikachu, because we have to go to, oh! His mouth is hanging open. Alright. Let's go Skydash, and we will head to Viridian City. And so, with us exploring the power plant and also capturing Zapdos, the legendary bird Pokemon that is of the electric typing, next time on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, we'll be headed to the Viridian City Gym. our final one of the series. So I hope you guys look forward to that. So I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes.